I'm Real Junaid Demon, and this is What's Their Tape? Season 16, Volume 1, we're back with a new season. I've had a 2-week break. I feel a lot better. I think the last time you talked to me, I wasn't feeling the best, but I'm feeling an awful lot better now, so I'm ready for a new season. So I've got this tape out, this computer tape. It looks, obviously, it's a 15-minute, and you think to yourself, this is going to be like a 15-minute episode. It's not. I'll tell you why it's not, because when we open it up, and it says the cassette is compatible with all computer tape systems. But there's nothing written on it. But what we've got, and I've tested it for sound, what we've got is a little bit of paper in it, which basically says we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on here. They're probably 16K games, which is fine. We've got Airwolf. We've got Tanks. Oh, it looks like it's repeated. Sorry, I 5 games. Tanks, Galaxians, Trans Am, and Super Chess. Now, Airwolf is one of those really horribly tough games, which I'm going to try and have a go at. Tanks is quite a good game, if it's the one I think it is, and it says Byte there, so I suspect that's load code. Galaxians, well, that's a good Space Invader, really good Space Invader, especially if it's the Arctic version of it. Trans Am, well, we love Trans Am because it's an ultimate play the game, and you can't really beat an ultimate play the game, can you? And then you've got Super Chess, and if you can beat an ultimate play the game, put it in the comments below, because I want to know what beats those brilliant arcade games they've got. So, we've got those, but because it's the beginning of the season, you know what's coming. You've got a choice. It's that time again. You've got a choice. For the end of the season, you've got a choice between 2 games. Now, I did 2 compilations. Now, I did say to you that I would put Power Up back into it. So, Power Up is back into the whole thing. Now, you can choose Power Up in the comments and put Power Up, and which has Altered Beast, Chase HQ, X Out, which is a lovely shoot 'em up. It's really nice on the Commodore Amiga. Isn't it? Is it an arcade game? That graphic is brilliant, by the way. Look at that creature flying into the mouth of this beast. Fantastic. Anyway, Turok, and then we've got Rainbow Islands, but all of which, well, Spectrum version, it's not too bad actually, to be fair. But these are pretty good. These are pretty good games. This is good selection. I'm going to open the box actually, because I don't think I did that last time round. But I opened the box, so it's like masses of tapes. There's like tapes everywhere. This is one of the ones that I was sent to me by my lovely friend Daryl. He sent these as part of a whole collection of sort of compilations. They just kept coming through the post. It was amazing. Thank you, Daryl. But you can either have Power Up or, and I'm going to make this really hard for you because I'm not nice. I'm not a nice person at all. I'm really horrible. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? We've got We Are the Champions, and this has some great Spectrum games on it. This has Super Sprint arcade conversion, actually very good on the Spectrum. Renegade, probably the greatest version of Renegade, better than the arcade. Rampage, another great arcade conversion, fantastic one. IK Plus, International Karate Plus, brilliant game. And then Barbarian, fantastic. I love the way they've covered her over with it. I don't know whether that was. Do you think that was intentional? And she got put away. Whatever name. What was her name? I want to say Linda Lasardi. It isn't, is it? It's somebody else, but she was a page 3 model at the time. Anyway, but so We Are the Champions. This is a. I know how unfair am I? So it's either Champions or Power Up. But this is again another one that was sent to me by my lovely friend. Oh, look at that. A 48K version, the 128K versions on the same tape, but a little bit further on. You've got to fast forward to it. Amazing. Barbarian Part 1 and 2. Super Sprint. What was Part 2 for the Barbarian? I can never remember that. Can you remember that? I'm Rampage and Arcade Plus. But anyway, this again sent to me by my lovely friend Daryl. So I'm making it really hard for you. So we've got We Are the Champions, or we have Power Up, one of these two. So you get to make the choice between the two. But in the meantime, we've got a tape to load. So I'll get this in a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down to my favourite. We'll go load it. This should be Airwolf. Do you remember Airwolf? Yeah, you remember it. But Airwolf was kind of, what was it? Was it Knight Rider in the Skies kind of thing? Sort of people helping people in trouble with a gunship, effectively. When nobody ever died because it was Saturday TV. So you've got these people with this huge, powerful gunship, and nobody ever actually dies because well,
Well, you probably wouldn't want to kill anybody, to be honest. Let's be honest. So let's try that again, because that didn't start. This is typical season 16 stuff. I think this happens every season. You know, you get to season 16 and you get, or you get not season 16, but at the start of every season we have massive failure. I'm going to see where it gets a bit further. Okay. Right, that's not a good start. Right, let's rewind that. Let's put it in the other tape deck and give it a blast. Do you know something? Nothing about that surprised me. It was bound to happen, wasn't it? It was bound to happen. So let's pop that in there. I've got the other tape decks handy. I've got one of them, they're called MP3 things. What was that about? It was like 3 CD players that you could put in your car years ago. Do you remember that? So you put that in the car, and this tape effectively has a tape head in it. So it's a head-to-head, which means it's great, because if you haven't got a faulty one of these, so I was talking to somebody about this on the Retrotech group the other day, if you do have a faulty one of these, or a faulty sort of thing, you can still use something like PlayZX just to load it onto the system. Right, let's give this another turn the volume up and hope that volume turned up helps. Nope, that's not a good start. Let's rewind this bit. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh! It was such a quick load bit, that. It does say, though, something on the tape about it starts at 9. Maybe that's not 9. Maybe we have to leave it go a little bit longer. Set at 9. Maybe hang on, we'll just let it go. We'll let it go for a second. This is not going to be. This is going to be the usual. This is going to be the usual. I know it. Right, we're going to be the usual. That's definitely loading something, isn't it? That's not going to be 9. Oh, just a way to start the whole thing. Just a typical what's on the tape every time. Every time you got what's on the tape. Oh, what was on the other side? This was tanks, was it? Tanks. It says tanks. There's something scored out as well on the paperwork. Was it? I can't read it. Gladiator? Gladiators. No, Galaxians. Right. So they must have thought about putting it on the other side. Now this came, if I remember rightly, this came from a... Okay. No, that's definitely not loading. Right, okay, let's stop that. Let's get PlayZX on the case, because we've definitely got Airwolf on PlayZX. So let's get PlayZX on the case. So excellent app. In the description below if you ever need to use it. I like to load from the tapes, well, obviously, because this. I wouldn't have a series called What's on the Tape if I didn't load from the tapes. I know. Yeah, wouldn't be able to do that otherwise. So anyway, how are you all? How have you been for the last 2 weeks? I have been recovering, as you know, from my back injury, followed by a beautiful addition to that, which was a lovely chest infection. So I'm on antibiotics for that. I am obviously feeling a lot better, because you can tell by the fact that I'm not coughing too much. But I don't promise that I won't cough occasionally during it, or promise it's not catching. You can't get it through the microphone, and you definitely can't get it via watching YouTube. However, there may be other things you can get from watching YouTube. But I'm back. I'm feeling a lot. I'm feeling a lot chipper. My back's still, it's massively better. And I am feeling a damn sight better on the long run. So it's better than it was. And then anyway, we've got a Spectrum loading. Look at this. We got a beautiful Spectrum loading. So it is. What else can you ask for other than a man and his Spectrum, sitting chatting to a microphone, all on his own, occasionally with my family interrupting me. Anyway, I haven't got coffee today. I know. I know. Calm down. I will have coffee next week. This week. Stop it. Behave. Right, wait. This week I've got cranberry juice. I know, you're all going... The thing is, cranberry juice, I think it's hit and miss, isn't it, whether people like it. I quite like cranberry juice, though. But I'm sort of detoxing, remember? I'm still not 100%, so I've been told to sort of stay away from too many dehydrating things like coffee. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, obviously. I'm also very sorry to my corporate sponsors who were expecting me to drink. No, I have no corporate sponsors. Nobody'd sponsor this rubbish. Anyway... One of those days, in the future when I finally make, I think at this rate, it'll be about 2072 or something like that, round about that, 2073, roughly round about then. I'll probably have at least 10,000 subscribers, and somebody might actually want to sponsor me for something. That might actually happen. To be fair, I do get some indie companies sending me their games occasionally, but I only accept them if I actually like the look of them, and I always tell you that I've got them free of charge as well. Yeah. But anyways, Airwolf. This, officially licensed, was it? Yeah, officially licensed. The officially licensed Airwolf game. There was an Airwolf 2, but that was just basically another game, but reskinned and called Airwolf 2, effectively. It's a bit like Bombjack 2, which is effectively a Thundercats game, and I think they should have left it as a Thundercats game, because you can see Lion-O as the main character, especially on versions where you can see the colours, if that makes sense. So if you got, for instance, the Commodore 64 version, I think it's on my channel as well. Commodore 64 version, the Amstrad CPC version, you can see that he's got orange hair and he's wearing that light blue cyan colour tunic, and he's got a knife or a sword. You know, whatever it is, the Eye of Thunder or whatever else is. Thundercats. Oh, that was terrible. I won't do that again. I promise. No more Thundercats. Why isn't that? It did come back as a cartoon, but it was terrible, wasn't it? That's the thing. It was back in the day. It was all right and wasn't so good later. Another one of them programs that was designed to sell toys, wasn't it? The toys existed at the same time as Thundercats existed. It was quite cool. Was it Chitara? Was the lady cat? I always thought she'd be busy. I know that sounds wrong, but there was also the boy cats, wasn't there? And just one lady cat, as far as I could tell. Unless Snarf was a big lady cat. Anyway, I'm going to drink my cranberry juice on that lovely thought. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. It's nice. It's that sort of I don't know, bitter, dry taste to it. It's quite nice. Good for your bladder, I believe, and everything that goes on down there. So, oh god, I've got really old. That's what happens when you talk about really old things. You get really old things, and you talk about your bladder. Oh, what's the name of that? Greg something or other comedian. Greg. Oh, he played the teacher in The Inbetweeners, and he was in Man Down, which is on Netflix. I do recommend Man Down because it's one of the last roles for Rick Mayall, and Rick Mayall is absolutely gloriously Rick Mayall in it, and gloriously so. It's just so wrong. I do recommend watching it. It's about 6 episodes long. I think it's Greg. Can't remember his last name anyway. Greg. And he's done some live shows. There's one on there. One on Netflix as well, and I remember him saying that he went duck down to talk to the audience, and he was talking to this chap, and he said how many times do you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? And the guy was like, "Whoa, I'm about 3 times in the middle of the night." He says, "Oh, we've got bladder age, we're about the same." And I thought, yeah, that I'm guessing that happens to everybody. You know, I'm not quite 3 times a night, but we're getting there. Right, okay, it's enough of bladders. Let's get on with Airwolf. Airwolf. What's the name of the guy who was playing? It was Hawk, wasn't it? It was so cool. It was Hawk. This is the worst game ever, because this particular part here, as we go in here, is just the worst part ever, because you have to shoot through this barrier really quickly, and then it goes upwards once you get there, and you have to shoot through it to get through to the next bit, and it bloody goes up. Oh, shit, I can't get that close. Oh, I hate this game. So you have to do this, and then you have to shoot it quick, and then does that, you horrible, nasty piece of... And nobody ever could get past it. This is just the stupidest part of a game ever. It's just designed to infuriate and kill, and there's not even any points involved in it. You make no points at all. I absolutely hate that part. Blooming Airwolf. What was the other people in Airwolf? I'm sure there'd been some 80s lady. They usually had one of those. They had them in like their Night Riders and all this kind of stuff, and all those. Come on, God, you sugar! How do you do this? Seriously, people, how do we do this? How do we do this? Because the only time you do it is when oh, that's it. I've got it now. Finally, I've got to shoot downwards. You shit. come on! So I've got to go down and fire down at the same time, and that's it. It's going to full up. I can't fly through it fast enough. Oh, I can't. Now I'm stuck. I can't turn around. You git. Go, git! Welcome back to What's on the Tape. Yeah, there we go. I'm back with my madness of this game. I hate. I don't think I've ever seen the second room. I mean, this will appear on What's on the Tape like loads of times. It will have done. It absolutely will. 100% will have appeared on What's on the Tape loads of times. All right, loads and loads and loads of times. It's just one of those games that just appears loads and loads, loads and loads and loads. Come on! No! Oh! Shoot him. I'm too big to fit through that gap, though. That's the problem. Come on, shoot it. Oh, Oh. And then I flew too close to the stupid thing. Flew too close to the sun, like Icarus. And melted my waxy wings. In this case, my helicopter wings. Oh, God. It's so frustrating. I'm going again. This is like the world's most frustrating game. It's almost like, what's that called? Spiky the Hedgehog. Have you ever played Spiky the Hedgehog? It's been on my channel. Definitely Spiky the Hedgehog. It's got like, you get 17 lives in it. You know a game with 17 lives is bad. It's got to be bad because it's got 17 blooming lives involved in it. Go. Shit. I've got to get away 4 blocks, I think, here. So I've got to do this. Come on. Oh, God. So frustrated with it. Just so frustrating. Right, okay. Shoot a hole through there. Shoot a hole through here. Come on, shoot a hole through here. No, go, shoot it. Oh, sugar. I almost had it. I had the angle there. I had the idea. Right, okay, let's do this. It's so frustrating. Blooming hate it. How did you get on with Airwolf? Was it a game you got on with? I got getting on with it. Me and Airwolf hate each other. Yes! Oh my God! Oh my God! What the hell? Now it's just chucking a barrier across there. Get away from me! What the hell? You'd got to be kidding! Honestly, that is totally ridiculous. You can't. That's. Oh my God! No wonder I never got past the first level. Oh, you are a absolute bugger. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Come on, helicopter. Damn you! Oh, my goodness. Oh, I hate it. I hate this game. First time ever, I think, in my entire time of playing this, I've got through this, and that's cheating as well. I'm not having that. So, first time ever, and look at that. Why am I dropping this thing the same bloody spot? Now it's not. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Go. Oh my God, I made it. I'm in the second level. What? Oh my God. It just doesn't get any easier. That's just impossible. I hate that. I hate Airwolf, alright? No, I don't hate Airwolf. I know it was of its time. They're the kind of game that you got back in the day that was like... They were ridiculously hard for a reason. You know, they really were. You were never going to not get ridiculously hard. I just... Oh, so frustrating. Oh. Anybody else getting that as far as me? I did 4 rooms. Haha. No, I did 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. I think I did 5 rooms. I did 5 rooms on Airwolf. I'm a genius. I'm an arcade expert. Yeah, like really. Let's fast forward through the tape again. Let's get to this next bit. I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. But the thing is, you know, after seeing the 2 or 3 rooms after the one that I got through, you don't want to go any further. It's too blooming hard. You want invincibility. That's the poke you want. You want poke for invincibility. We used to have those back in the day. We used to poke for invincibility. That would have been nice. To be fair, I used to use them sparingly, pokes. I mean, I did like pokes, but I used to use them sparingly. But it was I was always delighted. You know, when you stop the tape, you press the brake button just after they load the initial sort of loading part, and then you put your poke into the loader and then rerun it. And it would load up the game, and you would have your sort of invincibility or your multiple lives, or Jet So Willy invincible lives. However, that was a real nightmare in Jet So Willy if you had invincible lives, because unlimited lives, infinite lives. Even infinite lives. But that was a bit of a nightmare on that, because once you got that and it went really badly wrong, you were just stuffed. Because, if you was dropping through a level, it would just keep dropping forever, and you'd have to restart your Spectrum, load the whole thing up, all this kind of stuff, so... Fingers crossed. Oh! That's not what I was expecting. Maybe that's what it said, Bugaboo. And maybe past tanks here. Well, we'll see what happens. Unknown planet detected. Oh. That was a surprise. I'm not a big fan of Bugaboo. Bugaboo became... was it Roland in the Caves on the Amstrad CPC? I know other people can get out of it really quickly, but I am just rubbish at it. You have to kind of time your jumps so that you can jump at a certain time, and then this dragon thing chases you around and scoffs you. You're like a flea that's trying to escape, but it looks... Is it more like a frog in my mind? I don't know. I've never been a big fan of Bugaboo. It's got a reasonable cover. It's a bit... I think... Do you know something? I think if they made the cover really, really, I don't know, loud and shouty, I think I would have been more impressed with it, because it's like a bug, isn't it, jumping at you, so it's like Bugaboo the Flea. But it's... I think if they made the cover more like, sort of psychedelic and day glow colours, as they used to be called, that would be really cool. So, yeah. I've had a few things actually delivered recently, to be honest with you. I wanted to say thank you to Daryl, who dropped a gift off for me recently, so thank you very much for that, Daryl. I also got myself another Cruiser joystick, but it was really cheap with the interface. It was like £5. I was like, yes, because I love the Cruiser joystick. I think it's one of my favourite joysticks for the system. I mean, I definitely Competition Pro that I've got is a fantastic joystick too. But I've really come to quite enjoy the Cruisers after I've actually had one. I never had one back in the day. I kind of like that sort of the kind of clicky micro switchy factor to it, and the fact that it's got a neck stiffener on the joystick itself. I almost put, by the way, in the options or the choices, and I know I put Power Up and I put We Are the Champions, but I almost put in it a sports one. But I'm gonna save that for next time round, because I think last time when I was waggling my joystick, I think you all had too much fun, or I had too much fun, one or two. But to be fair, I don't think you want to listen to me grunting and groaning for probably 45 minutes to an hour while doing things. Oh, sorry, it's life evidenced. State 4H landing systems activated. It's kind of a cool intro for it, though, isn't it? I hope it makes it, because it's very, very close to the end of the tape. I don't know if it'll actually manage to load it all. A bad feeling about that. So maybe this is not what I think is on the tape. We've so far that's one surprise, definitely. The other side should be Galaxians. Do you know something though? Airwolf was one of those games that just ran out of tape. That's what it was. It was out of tape. It's out of tape. So I must have missed the tanks on there somewhere along the line. But it's on the other side anyway. So we're okay. I'm sorry. I'm not going to play Bugaboo. That's probably not a bad thing, because I'm not very good at it. It's basically leaping backwards and forwards. I am not going to play it. I don't even know if it's on my channel, to be honest with you. I think it's one of those games that just really passed me by. I know there's some people love that game, but I'll say that. What I might do is balls to it. Let's play Bugaboo. Let's load it from let's get PlayZX on it. I can't let you go without seeing Bugaboo. Now we've started it. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get Bugaboo on. Come on. I would be wrong not to, wouldn't I? I'm not a big fan of it, but I'd be wrong not to. It was on the tape. Let's do what's on the tape with it. Let's do Bugaboo. a good name, though. Bugaboo. Oh, there we go. Quicksilver. Bugaboo the Flea. It's most definitely a flea, apparently. So, you know, we'll give it a go. 1983, this one. To be fair, technically, as a game, it's quite impressive, I have to admit. But I think it's quite quick. I think there's people who can get to the top in like 10 seconds, and I can't even get there. Basically, you try to escape a pit. I don't know why you try to escape the pit, though. That's kind of a weird thing. Why are you trying to escape a pit? Don't know. Anybody know the story of Bugaboo? Put it in the comments below, please. I was just, as I said, it's just one of these things. It's just, you know, as well. Our tape error and a fail to load. Fantastic. We're well on the way to season 16. It can only go upwards from here. Do you know, I'm pretty convinced that every first season of the whole thing is a bit like this. I remember the early What's on the Tape. I did about the very first original ones. If you watch them, I literally try and load them, and nothing loads at all. You know, nothing. I didn't really know about the adjusting the azimuth, which is the head adjustment, which is again is always very much Tolkien-esque. But let's not talk about that because you know, good old Amazon Prime and Disney and things are all fan baiting. That's the new way of promoting a movie, by the way. What you do is swap something in a beloved story for something else, and everybody goes, "That's not what it originally was," and then they go, "Well, that's because you hate whatever it is." It's called fan baiting, and it's the new way of dealing with it. And I actually think that we should stop pandering to their fan baiting. You either watch it and like it, or you don't. It's as simple as that. It's a bit. To be fair though, I've watched Andor. Have you watched Andor? I liked Andor. I mean, not to review it in any way, shape, or form. 3 episodes. I hadn't realised it was 3 episodes. Very slow burning. Very slow burning, but I liked it. I liked it a lot, and it was less. It was less kiddie and more adult. And I don't think it could have been anything else, because remember, if you remember Rogue One, Cassian Andor was a spy, and as a spy, you've got to do some pretty nasty things occasionally. So yeah, Cassian Andor and Andor isn't bad at all. I quite liked it. I quite slow burning, 3 episodes, very slow burning. I think that. That they're hitting a different note. It's nice to see us slightly away from the well-known characters. He's again, of course, Rogue One rather than the sort of Mandalorian who's ran into Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano. I mean, I knew they were going to do it, but I could do with them stepping away from it, if that makes sense. And Boba Fett as well. Boba Fett wasn't a particularly good series. It was all right. It was okay. It added nothing in my mind. You know, that this tough bounty hunter didn't become quite the monster he should be, if that makes sense. Anyway, we've loaded. I'm going to stop that tape now, and we're here. This is our little intro sequence. That's very nice, actually. I like a little bit of an intro sequence. I don't know about you. Quicksilver presents Bugaboo. Oh, there we go. It's very exciting. Brace yourselves. Indie comp. Paco Sanchez and Paco Potul. Anyway, we're zooming in on a planet here. This is his landing. I don't know why the flea went here. I think the flea was hungry, maybe. I don't know. Can't remember what the keys are either, which is going to be interesting. But we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. I like it when we get some strange, different things on tapes. You know, that's quite nice. I didn't think that said Bugaboo, though. Definitely says Galaxians. Right, oh, there we go. Scroll left, scroll right, scroll up and down, jump left and right is 0 and whatever else is. So, right, so the cursor keys are moving around. Scroll left and right, G for game. Right. Yeah, that's it. Bugaboo. And he slides down the bankments, and he's got to get out of... Oh, hang on. Oh, I've started it, I think. Oh, that's right. You're bouncing around the planet. You're having a great old time. Way! And then... Oh, oops. Oops! And then you fall down here, and then you fell in there, and then we're in the pit. That's where we are. And we've got to get out of the pit before we get eaten by things. So, there's the time. And as I say, people can do this really quick. I can't. I'm rubbish at it. Really rubbish at Bugaboo. So, there's my cursor keys. Left and right. Okay, so you hold down the button to do a jump. And then you jump. Alright, I'm going to go. Right, okay. Oh, you horrible bug thing. As I say, the biggest problem you've got is you've got to get past this stupid... Ah! There we go. Jump onto there, that'll do. Oh, you... That's not good. Okay. Okay, I'm getting out. Oh no! Right back down again. That's the beauty of Bugaboo. You're meant to be able to sort of jump all the way. You know, you're meant to be jumping through your way through the level, avoiding. There's like a creature in here that will eat you. It's like there's only one boss creature, if that makes sense. He's in here for the long haul. Oh. Okay, and up. There it is. And he gobbles you down. Because fleas are very, very tasty indeed. Yeah. Bugaboo. Not one of my favourites. So I'm going to continue on with what's on the tape on the other side. So I'm going to put the other side tape in. Should be Galaxians on this side of the tape. I do like... If this is the version I think it is, it's a good version. It's a good version. I think it's the Arctic version that I quite like. I'm hoping it's Arctic version of it. It's low code, probably. Yep, low code, definitely. Alright, let's do low code. Zach ain't gonna load otherwise. Load, dit. Code. Was there a lot of load code games? I think there was more than we think there was back in the day. And the problem with the low code thing is you had to remember to put it in extended mode to be able to press the button code, because of course the buttons were all like that, you know, where you could do, where you had to push the keys. It was meant to speed the process up, basically, so the keys had to press on it, you knew how to do this, that, and the other for the basic, but I kind of like typing the commands myself. I think on the 128 you can type it, can't you? You can do in basic. You can actually type the options. So it's not quite as good as it could be. This is definitely the Arctic version of it. Spacebar to fire, Galaxians. This isn't a bad version of Galaxians, actually. This is cropped up occasionally on What's on Tape. I actually have this somewhere. Just trying to see if I can see it. I can't see it, but it's there somewhere. It's with my Arctic collection. I don't have a massive Arctic collection, I don't think. I've got quite a few games by Arctic. I got, and I can see from here. There's like things like Mrs. Mop. I think that was my Arctic game, wasn't it? Invaders from Earth and Defender and all this kind of stuff. So it's not bad at all. It's not gonna. It's as I say, it's Galaxians. It's an arcade conversion. The Spectrum could do these very well. Those single screen things from Ultimate Play the Game, they were just fantastic for the whole thing. And those single sort of screen, simplistic games were just a lot of fun. And this isn't bad at all. One player, and it's Galaxians, and it works fine. It's spot on, in fact. It's really good. So the Galaxians start dropping after a while. There's the minimal colour clash for a Spectrum game. I've got it on level 1 because I'm useless and not very good. And here they come. And then they start firing at you. In Galaxians, the actual game itself, there is actually a massive cheat, and it takes ages, though, unfortunately, which is not to get hit for ages, or not to fire your gun for ages, I think it is. And you don't fire for a significant length of time, and it's like stupid about time. It's like 10 or 15 minutes. You don't shoot on a level because there's no timer, you see. And then finally, it causes a fault in the game's memory on the arcade that causes the Galaxians not to fire back. So once they no longer fire as they tumble across the screen, and assuming you don't get hit again by them tumbling across the screen, which is easier said than done as they tumble across, you basically can play the game without ever having to enter, without having to shoot everything and win all the time. So yeah, there's a few cheats. This could have done with it if this had gone a little bit more memory. I reckon they could have got the explosions where you'd have told you that you got 500 points, for instance, for hitting that one as part of its fall from the sky. I think you could have. I got hit. One left. Boom. You're down. And that's it. Galaxians. Really good. And it's actually a very good conversion, this one. It's really nice. I don't think you're going to get the bonus stages you get in the real Galaxians, but it's really nice. I like Galaxians. I like playing Galaxians. It's a simple shooter. It just keeps you entertained. I could imagine playing this with my friends. We'd probably set it at level 9 though, funnily enough. I bet you that was what we'd do. And I'll tell you why we'd set it at level 9, because we'd want to see who could last longest and get the highest score, that kind of thing. We'd have been ruthless with each other because you're kids and you're horrible to each other, aren't you? That's the nature of it. Just for fun, You put friends on and do that kind of stuff. Oh God, nearly. To be fair, we played the Return of the Invaders the other day on the arcade challenge. Really good Return of the Invaders. I don't think anybody realises how good it is. It's one of those. It's a hidden classic of Taito. It's one of their kind of lovely sort of arcade classics. I don't think this is Taito though, isn't it? I think this is Namco who made this one. Namco, obviously, we associate more with racing games and, of course, beat 'em ups like the Tekken series, and of course, when you're talking about the other things, you're talking about Ridge Racer for their shooting not shooting games for their come on, nope, died. I think this even featured on the PlayStation 1 version of Tekken when loaded. There we go. Yeah, it was involved in that, and then they got sued, didn't they? That was them, or was it them who invented the loading screen? I don't remember. Somebody else did it. Yeah, somebody in loading screens, whatever else it is. Nobody's done it since. There's no sort of game as you load realistically. I don't think so anyway. Anybody think of anything else? In fact, to be fair, nowadays the modern... Oh, I've got hit by them. I knew that was going to happen. That's kind of good though. It's good. Just rinse and repeat, of course. But I can't think of any other things where I had a loading game sort of in whatever else it is. I don't think I can think of one. I did like, though, the sub-game that was sold. Do you remember the Fable series? And I'm sure it was either Fable 1 or Fable 2 or Fable 3 that they did this for. They basically gave you the pub games. So you could play the pub games, you got a few gold, and basically that gold, once the game released, was translatable into the game itself. So you could so if you won lots of money on the sort of gambling game that was there, this weird sort of, I can't remember the exact details of it, but you could actually then start the game. And I remember getting that, and downloading that and playing that game so that I could get myself some extra gold for when I actually started the game. It was really good. Really enjoying this, by the way. And sorry, I thought I'm boring you with my general chit chat, but yeah, I'm quite enjoying playing Galaxians and concentrating at the same time as doing it. It's very, very not me. I must have got powered up by having back problems. That's what it was. Powered up by the back problems. They've given me more prowess. Yeah, I'm really tempted to do this. I'm going to press 9. Yeah, I'm going to say one player. I'm going to see how fast it is on 9. Do they fire a lot more? There's a lot of bullets coming already. Yeah, that we'd have been on this. That would have been the one. Yeah, a lot more bullets. That's kind of good. I like that. Whoa, proper harsh. Just missed that one. Yeah. Anyway, I could play that for ages, to be honest with you. I quite enjoyed that. Do recommend playing Galaxians sometimes, even if it's just, you know, emulate the Spectrum version, emulate the main version of it. Just give it a go. It's fun. There is another one. Is it Val? No, I don't know. I can't remember. There's a sub one of Galaga. Galaga's another good shoot 'em up, but there's a sub version of Galaga called I think it's Valaga. It's called. It's another one that was made by I'm sure it's Namco again actually, and it was made by them, and it's different. It's not the one you expect, if that makes sense. So yeah, no, very that was very good. I enjoyed that. This is also another great game. This is about racing across post-apocalyptic America, and collecting cups. The idea is to collect. I think it is 10 cups. Collect these cups as you zoom across. Collect diesel from, or fuel, I say diesel. Fuel from occasional stops. You can do 400 miles an hour. And, I mean, the city's a little dots and all thing. It's a lovely sort of side map and whatever else. It's very, very good. Once upon a time I tried. When I was in my early days of sort of computer programming and things like that. When I was sort of writing games for fun. I tried making a variation of this with something called, at the time it was a very early engine for creating games called Dark Basic. And I tried creating a Dark Basic. I didn't like doing it, funnily enough. I managed to get the emulate the feel of it, the way it moves around, but I didn't like Dark Basic. I ended up rewriting it in full code with a combination of machine code, and this is going back some time. Machine code on a PC and Pascal. Which was my preferred Turbo Pascal, my preferred language of choice, my weapon of choice. I could written anything in Pascal. Never really got into C. Didn't like it, to be honest with you. Never got to be a C. I was never really a C programmer. Right, quick sup of my my fruity juice. Get some fruit juice in me. Oh, that's fruity. That maybe I can get sponsorship from Cranberries or something like that. It's like that. I've just said Cranberries as if it's some kind of corporation. I don't think it is. Right. That goes that way. That goes away. Right. Okay. So we've got a map, and if you look over there, it's a map of America, and it tells you how many miles I've travelled as well. It's a map of America. All right. And incoming. Right, computer cars come and smash, try and stop you doing things. The little dot I'm moving towards is more petrol, so I've just got more petrol. And what I'm looking for is cups, and I haven't found any cups thus far, unless that was one down there. No, and that was just Wichita. Oh, hang on, what's this? It's a cup. We have one cup. And you got to avoid the computer cars because they come at you at high speed, trying to destroy you. Dirt. And then you get Night Driver. I always quite like Night Driver. Now you can go faster than them because you can break the 400 mile an hour speed limit, if that makes sense. There's like a 400 mile an hour. Sugar. I saw him coming. I couldn't actually, for some reason, get my brain round moving. It's because I'm too busy looking at the map. That's just the thing that I found with this. I love this game, but I think the map on the screen was really, really awkward. Yes, there's the reason for this, by the way. There is a reason for the reduction in screen size as well. If you look at that size there on the size screen, it's about a third of the screen. And it means that for about a third of the screen, they don't have to do the mathematical calculations required to get away from me. The mathematical calculations to fill that space, so that speeds up the processing time. Thus, the game in the central section is actually quite quick, which is good. There you go. Oh! I'm going through fuel like it's no tomorrow. Yeah, get Chicago. Yeah, this is a good game. This is a good game. Oh, it's a cup. Yes, I've got another cup. I don't know how many cups you need, but oh, Cincinnati. Damn. Cincinnati Night Driver. I used to quite like this, just driving around. To be honest with you, it's funny, isn't it? Because obviously my channel, I've got like truck driving as well and other things that I've got. I do recommend, if you're watching this week, to watch Omnibus. It's ridiculous and a lot of fun, and it's not really simulator driving unless you've actually ever been on a bus driven by one of the major firms out there, because then of course it's true to life. But I do, but it's funny because I kind of like that, and yeah, I don't see myself much as a car guy. I, as a kid, I had those books, those ones you used to get. Your granny used to buy you from Marks and Spencer's, the dream cars, and in it would have Ferrari GTOs and Ferrari Testarossas and any number of supercars as such. Albuquerque, the home of Walter White. Albuquerque, there we go. And those kind of things, and I had the obligatory Lamborghini Countach in white on a black background. It was pure 80s on my wall. And my wall was I used to cut out of and you probably, it sounds terrible now, but I used to cut out of my Sinclair magazines, the Crash and all this kind of stuff, the adverts, because the adverts were flipping brilliant, because of course you had the art of people like Bob Wakeland and all this kind of stuff. And I remember having, and my mum was like really impressed by this, or should I say not, really impressed by the fact that on my my wall was the Game Over cover, and you remember that was quite nipply at the time. So that was quite maybe it was stimulating for a teenage boy, but yeah, that was on the wall and things like that. And it was, my walls were covered with it. And I just used to cover them all in posters. It's kind of cool. Something, it's just kind of those things, and it's cool stickers and posters, just the fantastic things. Right, okay, let's go. Something else. This could be Super Chess, but followed by tanks, hopefully. And then we'll have done the whole roster of the whole thing, and you'll have been welcomed back to season 16 of Welcome Back to What's on the Tape. Welcome back by me. Please stick with it, because it's fun. And to be fair, I really like some. If you've actually not watched them for a while, check out the old ones. The really old ones where I just threw the way tip. Some of them are only 10 minutes long, but they're really quite funny, because it's like I don't get things working at all and just give up on it. I don't know why, because I was watching some of my older stuff back out of interest. I don't normally watch a lot of my older stuff, and I mean the stuff with my recording where it's terrible for the Spectrum Vega. Oh, that's bad. I don't recommend that, but I've left there more historically. I'd love to. I don't know what to do with it really. I really ought to do something with it as like a retrospective. It's been 5 years. It's been 2015, so 5, 6, 7 years since it's been out. I don't know if that's any special thing. I mean, it's 2025. It's been 10 years since it was released. It was, at the time, I was excited because this is the early days of the mini stuff. The mini stuff hadn't really appeared, and I have to admit, your Vega was probably one of your first early minis. It started, the move towards the C64 Mini, the ultimately the Maxi, the Amiga or the A500 Mini, and of course now they've actually saying that in 2023 they're planning a release of multiple consoles. Now I have no idea what they plan to do with that, but it would be interesting to see what they plan. I mean, they could, in all fairness, be doing the entire catalogue for, say, the Amstrad GX4000. That would be absolutely superb for more than one reason. One, because collecting the entire 39 and not including the title that you can't get, because there is a title out there that apparently exists, but never ever seen it in the wild, and I don't even know if the ROM exists, but there's only 39 titles for it. But that's 39 titles, small console, bang, little controller, simple job. That I think you could do. So, do you want to play or analyze? That sounds complex to begin with. Let's play. Play. Black or white? I don't really care. First button. B, black. Because that misplaced second. What level are you playing? 0, because I'm rubbish. Okay, so he's moved there. So I'm going to do D7. D7 to D5. Boom. So I'm going to do D5 to C4 because you just literally put that pawn in front of me, so might as well. Right, he's moved another one forward there. So I'm going to do. I'm going to do. This is interesting. What strategy is he going with there? That's interesting. That's an interesting strategy, isn't it? I'm not sure what he's planning to do with that. But I am going to move the castle. I'm going to move F8. Why does nobody play chess nowadays? Does anybody play chess nowadays? Oh, sorry. Sorry, castle. That's the bishop. Anybody still play chess just for fun? I mean, the thing about it, it's brain taxing, isn't it? You know, but it's not exactly a hard board to set up, is it? So my horsey moves, jumps over. So F6. I'm just remembering bottom and when they played chess, and Richie basically fires ketchup over the table at Eddie. It's ridiculous, but funny. Okay, so he's protecting that pawn with his knight. This is a very weird strategy. I'm not sure what's going on here. What exactly are you planning? I can see the bishop's going to come up shortly. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What can I do here? Can I take my bishop out here? Or queen? I could take the queen out and put it in front of his king. So I could take my queen out. I can go E8 to D7. Oh yeah, queen's now out. Queen's in play. So what was his move? He took his bishop out, right? What's the plan? Are you going to try and do it in so many moves here? So if I go, this is because this would be the king to the thing. So if I do D7 to, there's nothing guarding that pawn. D4. This should be, or have I just moved the king? I think I might have moved the king by mistake here, have I? I don't know. D7 to D4. If that's an invalid move, that means it's the king I've just moved. Bloody hell, I've moved the king by mistake. I should have moved that queen. So I moved the wrong one. Oops. D7 to E8. E8. I hadn't realised to move the king by mistake. I should have moved the bloody queen. Oh my god, what's going on here? What's the plan here? What is the plan here? I don't understand the plan from the computer here. Right, I'm going to move the other knight out here. So C8 to... So you meant to have a strategy, but I'm not playing strategy here. I have played chess as a kid, obviously, and a little bit as an adult. But you meant to have a strategy. No, it's B. That's why you're getting it wrong. B8 to C6. C, delete. C6. Yeah. B8. The horse. B8. To C6. Yeah, okay. I don't know what went wrong there. What did I type wrong last time round? I can't tell. Oh, here goes the prawn. Here goes the prawn into stopping that movement. So let's move that one again. C6 to B4. There we go. There's the queen. Oh, my check, mate. Yeah, I'm check. I'm in check. Fair enough. So I need to move. It's a simple move. All I need to do is move one of the pawns, C7 to C5. Yeah, sorry, B7, B7, B5. That'll move the queen, or she'll take it. Yeah, she's taking it. Right, okay. I just need to move the queen in front of that, and if she wants to take the queen, she can do. So she's got nothing she can move with. Let's put D8 to D7. There you go. So you're going to take my queen? No, you took pawn instead. Right, okay, that's fine. No, you took my knight instead. That's fine. It's a tougher opponent than I thought it was going to be. F2 G4. But the thing is, I'm just doing reactive moves. I'm not actually trying. I've not got a strategy in mind here. Right, that's a problem. He's planning to take my queen, if that makes sense, with the port with D7 to D6. He's planning to take my queen with a pawn, and he's done that with the thing. He's actually quite good. Don't really want to do this bit because this is gonna be bad. I'll tell you what. I'm losing badly here. I'm losing badly. It's got me proper trapped here. God, it's taken a while. I don't know where to go from there. I'm to be honest, something. We've had enough. I've had enough. Let's move on to something more destructive than this. I don't really want to do this because I don't know for a fact I'm going to lose my queen in that next move. Next two moves, I'll lose my queen, and that's not good. And I won't get his queen either. So, and I'm in serious trouble. Right, let's see what happens with this one. This should be tanks. Now, this could be a simple. Should be bites as well, by the way. It is. Yeah. This is a simplistic. Well, I say simplistic. It's actually got some quite clever. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it's got some quite clever sort of shooting and destroying moves, which I quite like. You know, it's quite good. Good look. DK-tronics, I think, version of it. Yeah, DK-tronics. There we go. It's the right version of it. You kind of have to aim the gun up and down to shoot things. Did anybody else play chess back in the day? Anybody play chess recently? It's been a while. One game I do miss. That's weird, isn't it? We don't play as many. I don't know if anybody else plays as many board games. I mean, I've played some more modern ones that I quite like. I used to like role playing games back in the day. Sort of things like Recon and Shadowrun and things like that. I used to play those kind of role playing games. But I used to also like playing sort of things. Recently, more modern with my daughter. We used to play Munchkin, which is really good. Stephen Jackson, one of those. Munchkin, I like that one. I also like there's also a few other ones. There's Boss Monster. I quite like that one as well. We've got that one as well, which is where you have to work your way through dungeons. It's a card-based game. I used to play Magic with my wife. We used to play the card game Magic, which was quite good. It was where you have to fight over land and whatever else. That was quite good. But I think the problem is that with all the digitalisation, people just kind of more going online to do these same sort of games. It was weird though, because I bought Space Wolves 40k, and the thing about 40k is I love listening to people talk about the lore on it, you know. And I love watching people play tabletop matches, but I've never really wanted to get into it because I think it's a bit like crack cocaine. Once you're into it, you really kind of have to keep with it and stick with it, you know, and it costs a fortune too, obviously. So I think I'm not kidding, kids, but you know, I think it's one of those kind of games that is kind of, I want to do info because I want to know what the buttons are. Going left and right. F and T, S and W is up and down, and Y to fire. Okay. Yeah, I just think it's one of those things that it just looks really good, but I've just never had a chance to sort of, you know, I've never played it myself personally, but it's a shame those keys are crap locations. So, Y to fire. That would have hit him. This will definitely hit. Let's get this guy. That's him. Right. Those two are disabled. I'm concentrating here. You can kind of half hear me concentrating with this. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I kind of like that one. It's a nice one to end on, to be honest with you. It's quite. I'm half tempted to say. No, there's no space on the tape. I can see it from here. There's nothing loading in that small amount of space. I quite like that. That's quite good though. Keys are rubbish though. I don't know why. Who thought that these keys would be good keys? They are just rubbish. Yay. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Whoa. Enjoying that. It's not a bad game. I don't even know if I've got this. I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've got this as an original sort of... I don't think it destroys the tank if they've still got somebody working in them, because they're not completely destroyed until they're destroyed, have you noticed? Why are you not destroyed? There we go, you're destroyed. Oh. Oh, he's got me. Oh, look at that, double score almost. Well, in fact, more than double score. Just by a little bit anyway. That's brilliant. That's an excellent way to end this particular episode. So, don't forget, though, you've got Power Up or you've got We Are the Champions to choose from. So, put it in the comments below. I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.